What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy TheHomieSmith back at it again with another video. Top 5 beginner tips, newbie tips if you just picked up the game. These tips are the absolute best, especially if you want to get better at the game very quickly. I've had the game pretty much since launch. I played the beta, the alpha, all that good stuff, so I have a little bit of experience under my belt. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all hit that like button. Anybody new that's just now seeing this channel for the first time, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and comment down below any thoughts, concerns, positive messages, negative messages, whatever. But let's get straight into it. Alright, tip number 1, stop rushing. That's it, stop rushing. I still do this even now when I'm playing the game. I still find myself rushing and stuff, and it's very clear that with Modern Warfare there's a lot of camping, a lot of, you know, people that just love to camp in buildings, claymores, all that good stuff, man. Yeah, you just gonna want to stop rushing, bro. It's just, that's the truth. If you rush in this game, you will not be successful. You won't get on those streaks. You won't get high kill gameplays. Don't even think about the thought of a nuke. You won't get a nuke. It's just clear, man. You just gotta stop rushing, slow it down, be patient, play smart, pick and choose your battles. And yeah, that would be tip number 1. Tip number 2, this is one that I just realized, is you need to use scopes. Now earlier when I was playing the game, I was using the AUG SMG, and I was using it just with the plain sight, no type of scopes, no attachments on the gun. Yeah, man, I quickly realized that a lot of the times that I was losing gunfights was not because, you know, the person was better, quote unquote, better than me. In some cases, maybe, yeah. But I would look at the kill cam and I would see that I'm using just the bare sight of the gun. Meanwhile, when I'm looking at the kill cam, this person is using like a magnified scope times 3.25 or anything higher than that. I would notice that a lot of the times I would get melted easily like that is because they're using a scope and they got an advantage over me because they're zoomed in and they really don't have to try too hard to hit their shots. Meanwhile, I'm struggling because I'm not using a scope. So tip number 2 is to use scopes, guys. Use scopes. They're there for a reason, and I've noticed that you're gonna have an easier time getting kills if you use scopes. Tip number 3, find your weapon. Now this is a little bit complicated, maybe not, maybe so, I don't know. You can go on YouTube. There's a lot of best class setups, a lot of this gun is overpowered. You can kind of tell what's the meta. Like before the update, the meta was 7.25 shotguns and the M4A1 or whatever. You can tell what's the meta. You can go along with that. Obviously there's gonna be a lot of YouTube videos of people abusing that, but all I really gotta say is that I don't really pay too much attention to those best class setup videos or whatever, and I usually just find myself making my own classes and finding guns that personally I do well with. So I would just encourage y'all to just try out all the weapons, figure out which ones you like, which ones you don't like, and then find your attachments that enhance your ability to use that gun. And yeah, that'll be tip number 3. Just find your weapon, man. Tip number 4, learn the maps. This is a very important tip. Map knowledge is gonna help you out so much. The more games you play, like you'll learn the maps as you go, and you'll figure out, okay, there's a hiding spot there. That's very common that people like to abuse and sit at and plant claymores all over. You'll figure out all the hiding spots, a lot of the choke points, a lot of the less traveled routes of the map, you know, flank routes that you can use to your advantage. But the main advantage with this is just figuring out where people are usually gonna be, so then you can have the upper advantage by, you know, pre-aiming, and before you go into pushing, you'll know, okay, if I'm pushing into this building, usually most of the time I get killed because someone's in that specific spot. So tip number 4, guys, would definitely be to learn the maps. Just play the game more, learn the maps, figure out the callouts too. You know, with battle chatter, they tell you where your enemy's at, and also if you look on the top of your screen where the compass at, it tells you literally, it tells you where you're at on the map. It'll say back alley, main street, office, yellow building. It'll tell you stuff like that. So pay attention to that stuff, guys, and I guarantee you're already ahead of the game. Tip number 4, learn the maps. Tip number 5, work on your aim and work on your skills. So this is kind of a wide tip. When I mean work on your skills, I mean just all around, you know, the way you move with your character. Kind of goes along with tip number 1, stop rushing. Yeah, you want to just tweak the way you move with your character. You know, are you sliding? Are you jumping? Are you jump starting? Are you sliding? You know, work on the movement, and also definitely work on your aim. Just as you play more and more and more, your aim should get better. But don't be like me and blame a lot of the gunfights you lose on other elements, like, oh, it's because of this and that. A lot of the time it's because my aim is not consistent. You want to make sure that your aim stays on the target, and the best way I could really say that will really help with that is don't take your thumb off the right stick. Do not take your thumb off the right stick. The moment you take your thumb off the right stick is when you're setting yourself up for failure. Keep your thumb on the right stick. Keep your aim straight. I know it's hard, you know, you're not gonna win every gunfight, but the goal here with this video is to get y'all up to speed if you're just now getting the game or a beginner, so y'all can be well on your way into getting streaks and all that good stuff. So work on your aim, go into private matches, practice with bots, play online, and yeah, that'll be it for my top 5 beginner tips video. Thank you all so much to everybody that stayed tuned to the whole thing. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet. Definitely do that. I would greatly appreciate it. And make sure y'all comment down below some positive feedback, some things I might have missed, and also if you have any tips for me. Hey, I'm still trying to get better at the game. I'm not really the best. I don't really drop nukes or anything like that yet. Keyword yet, because I'm gonna drop a nuke. I don't care how long it takes. But if y'all have any tips for me, man, make sure y'all go in the comment section, and you know, feel free to just share some knowledge with the community, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.